Twitter Files 2022. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I'm a business investor, and I look at a lot of different areas of the world and news and business and compare it back somehow to my life and your life, and hopefully bring in some business lessons here as we sit and chat. Not for any good reason, but mainly for the reason that I'm always looking to meet new people and find out more things, and so I like to put my points out there for people that are interested. Twitter Files is a whole thing that I haven't touched on hardly at all. We've been following along with some of the Elon Musk things on here in the past, and I haven't been on lately because of Christmas and everything else, and having a young family. It's the family's young. I'm not young, but having the young family, it gets busy during Christmas, and we travel. We travel a good. It's a 6-hour trip, but it takes about 8 hours for 3 young kids. And so we take an 8-hour trip down south to California every year. I normally record up there, and I just could not find the energy or focus to be able to put out any videos while we were down there. But we're back in Oregon, Southern Oregon, Grants Pass, and I noticed I had not made any references to these Twitter files that are coming out. And it's one of those things, it's amazing how many people that are paying attention to it, how it dominates their thinking, and people that are not paying attention to it, how they hardly even know it exists. It's a very interesting issue because there is so little back end coming, any type of response to it. So for those of you who aren't aware, Elon Musk has bought Twitter. He's gone in there and started digging through a lot of the files and digging through, they're not physical files, they're computer files, digging through a lot of the email and a lot of the systems where they have been recording conversations between them and everybody else who wanted to control who said what on Twitter, including a large amount of the federal government. So you're talking FBI, CIA, a lot of the executive branch getting in there and telling them which way things need to go at Twitter, and Twitter having different days dedicated to sitting down with each area of the government to decide what their demands are and how they're going to fulfill them, which is a really interesting thing because it hadn't been public up until now. And like I said, very little backlash is coming from this. You aren't hearing much from people saying that didn't happen. In fact, a number of people who used to work at Twitter or are currently working there are saying, yeah, that happened. We were part of it. We didn't like it and we didn't want to do it, but we did it anyway, including the previous owner and founder and so forth. And about the only thing you got back, I think the FBI said something about, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on, but that no response to what seems to be pretty clear-cut evidence of things going on over there. So it's crazy stuff, and it's not necessarily something that you want to take a side on necessarily, because it is so crazy. It is some wild accusations and wild situation happening. Early on, it looked as though it was going to go very one way politically, and it's going all over the board right now. And it's going to say a whole lot of things for business and where we go in the future and how we use media and how we use social media and how that's going to relate with government. Whereas there was an assumption, because the Constitution and stuff like that, that the U.S. government wasn't going to have that much control over social media and relatively free platforms. But that isn't the case, and it doesn't look like it's been the case for a while. So crazy stuff happening. It's things that you got to keep your eye on. Whether you agree or disagree with it or not, you have to somewhat know how these things are happening, especially if you're doing any type of ongoing business and you're out there. And especially in the area of content marketing, because if you're putting out content on a regular basis in order to develop relationships and bring people into the fold and get to know people better and bring in customers and patients and parishioners and anybody else. If you're looking to bring people into your group via content marketing, you've got to keep an eye on all the areas that content flows. And a lot of times most businesses aren't even, it's not on their radar. They're thinking about content marketing, they've heard a lot about it, but they don't really know how to implement it or where to start or whether it's even right for them or not, which is why I put out a training this year all on content. It's called the Content Marketing Question. contentmarketingquestion.com, and you can get that question answered, and that question is, should we even do content marketing or not? And I'm not saying you absolutely should do it. In fact, there's probably 7 reasons why you should not do content marketing, and if those 7 reasons apply to you, you want to make sure you steer clear of content marketing, at least for now. Go check out contentmarketingquestion.com. And that's all I've got for the day. We're ending up 2022. I just wanted to put in kind of a quick concept of the Twitter files, because I'm sure we'll dig into this further into the next year. You have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays wherever you're at. And as we get going, a Happy New Year. So you have a good one. We'll be back next time. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.